welcome to my booth. My name is Jera Brandvig, and I'm so excited to be sharing with you my fourth collection for Lecien Fabrics, excuse my voice, called Loyal Heights. So I think I'll just go ahead and start with this quilt right here because it gives you a pretty good idea of the overall color scheme. This is a fat quarter friendly quilt. You can make 2-star blocks with just 1 fat quarter. I guess you could say it's kind of a spring collection. It's really fresh, but really I think the collection could work year-round. That being said, I'll go ahead and move over to this quilt here. It's the same quilt but just made smaller. And personally, this is my favorite size quilt to make. I just love this size because it's great for a wall hanging quilt. And I made this because I wanted to showcase how beautiful the red and white look together. I'm a big fan of vintage china dishes, and I have a red and white china collection. And so I was kind of inspired by that to make this quilt. And if you look closely here, it's kind of hard to see, but it's kind of a pastoral, toil, inspired collection right there. And I think this would also look really lovely in blue and white as well. And it's great too because this could make a quick Christmas quilt as well because the red and white works for that. But you can also just pull some of the greens in there with the reds, and then you got more of a traditional red and green, style quilt.
I love the little ribbon around
Isn't that cute? Yeah, I love this gold ribbon because it kind of helps bring out the gold metallic that I have in my fabric. It's hard to see. You'll really have to just touch and feel the fabric in person, but I love to add a little gold metallic shimmer to my fabrics because it never hurts to have a little extra bling in your life.
Seriously though.
But it's really just a joy to work with, and when you're in natural lighting, it comes out. It's subtle, it's classic, and it looks really cute. It's not in all of my prints, but it's in most of them. And the third project that I want to share with you all is this cotton linen quilt, and this is my first time I've ever done cotton linen. When Lecien Fabrics asked me and they gave me a sample, immediately upon feeling it, it was just so soft. You could do pillow shams or, with cotton linen, but this was just so soft. I knew right away that I wanted to do a quilt. And this quilt is unique because if you can see here, there's no batting in it. There's no traditional binding, and I tied it with yarn, which is a super quick finish. And really this patchwork, it's big patchwork. So this is a quilt that you could put together, in a weekend. And I decided to forego the batting because the cotton linen is a heavier texture. So, you still get a warm, cozy quilt without having to do the batting. You could add batting, just do a loftier batting, you'll get an extra warm, cozy quilt. And as you can see here too, the cotton linen comes in 8 prints, and it is printed on a larger scale, so I don't know if you can zoom in here, but you can see more of the details there. So there's a little house here, and there's a reason why I call this collection Loyal Heights. So this collection was inspired by the neighborhood that I live in, and I live in an older Seattle neighborhood. It's made up of a lot of 100-year-old craftsman style houses, and I draw a lot of inspiration from this neighborhood because I'm always in it, like walking my kids to school, taking them to the park, and I started cherry picking all the cute houses, and one day just started sketching them up and drawing them, and that's how Loyal Heights came to be. So if you look closely, you'll see some of these cottages hidden in the fabric. And I actually have a little secret that I haven't told anyone, so this is Fat Quarter Shop exclusive, but I'm really building it up here. But I actually put one of my houses, my house is in the fabric. I thought, why not? But I might have edited it a bit to make it look more charming than it really is. But I thought that was a fun little tidbit that I haven't mentioned before.
You guys have to guess which one it is. You guys buy the fabric. Oh my gosh, yeah, people are saying they love it. They say your fabric is gorgeous. Melissa said, love the cotton linen light for Texas, Texas heat.
Yeah.
That's excellent for it.
Yeah.
All right, super excited that you've got your books over here.
Yeah, so Quilt As You Go Made Modern is my first book, which came out, it's been 4 years. And this is a great book because it's a very forgiving technique. This is more of your improvisational style quilting. Ever since I came out with this book, it's 4 years have passed, and I've really drawn a lot more inspiration from vintage style quilts. And so from that, I made this follow-up book called Quilt As You Go Made Vintage. And this book is jam-packed with so much stuff. So my first book has 2 Quilt As You Go finishing techniques. This one has 3 Quilt As You Go finishing techniques. It has the 2 from the first book, and then the third one is all new. And what's really neat about this book is you get so much creative flexibility. So in this gray section here, you can flip it open, and there's 51 quilt blocks to choose from, and they all measure. They're all vintage-inspired quilt blocks, and they all measure 12 inches finished. So you can make a sampler quilt, and really you can mix and match some of these blocks in with this quilt. But if you like the style of block that you're seeing behind me, you can find a lot of that from this book. And it's great because, like I said, I love the creative flexibility. I think that that's really helpful for people depending on what comfort level they are in quilting. So if they want, they can finish their quilt, use these blocks, make a quilt, and not use the Quilt As You Go technique. They can just use the patterns and finish it traditionally. Or if they want to try, they can always, because long arming can get, and if you make a ton of quilts like I do, it can get expensive. So if you want, the option is there. In the back of the book, there's 3 different ways to finish your quilt via Quilt As You Go. So it's just nice having options, and I think that's, having that creative flexibility there is really helpful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know who does the social media for Lecien Fabrics, but they just gave us a heart eye emoji.
Oh.
So they're watching.
Oh.
Super exciting. Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for letting me share my collection with you.
Y'all, check out our booth. Look at these string lights. Oh my gosh. And that ladder, super cute.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.